Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this Friday morning getting ready for a big weekend. And let's get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. It's going to be hot again today. 90 will be the high and 78 will be the low. But I'm looking at my numbers here. The really thing that jumps out at me is the water temperature is 87. That's the hottest it's been all year. I was talking about it being 86 the other day. It's 87 today. And this weekend is going to be, when I get to the fishing report later on the show, I'm going to talk about how the sailfish is the hottest thing people are catching. And I think that's why. That warm water brought in the sailfish. They catch them off the kayaks and off the pier and everything. But we'll get to that during the fishing report. Let's take a look at our river readings. It looks like the Apalachicola is going to be just right. We're looking at the 3.5 this morning, and tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and on into Monday, it's going to be just sitting right there with a lot of fish in it. Now the Chattahoochee, amazingly, is having a lot of movement on it. We're looking at a sharp drop. Right now, this morning's reading a 4.4, but it's starting to drop out as we speak. It's going to be dropping out all day today, be dropping out tomorrow, and by Sunday, it's going to be down to a foot. It's going to drop about 3 foot in about a day and a half, and that's a very fast drop. And sometimes that can be good, that can be bad, according to where you're fishing. But it usually in catfishing, if you got trot lines and all, it's going to be really good. Let's look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery, and we're talking about getting back into some good tides. We have a low tide at 8:55 this morning, and a high tide at 12:10. So it's going to be a good strong tide. It's going to be coming in. It's about a 1.1 foot range, right at a foot range. So some good movement though. Okay. Now let's talking about the marine forecast. It's going to be southeast at 5 to 10, but you got to keep an eye now this weekend on that weather out in the Gulf and all. It's sort of too early to tell what's going on, but just keep an eye on it, okay? About a 50% chance of rain, so just be careful out there and be aware of what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us, getting ready for a big weekend. But first, let's look at some pictures right here. We've got some great pictures, just a few of them. I love this one. This is Alexa Barron, and she is the daughter of Rick Barron. You see this picture, and you probably can't read it at the bottom. He sent it to me. He said, hey, Winston, this is my daughter Alexa with her, quote, fish like Whitney's that she caught with her dadgum pole. So she wanted, I had to forward this to Whitney because, and they asked me to, and this is really good. She caught a fish like Whitney, and she's watched Whitney's show, and she wants to fish like her now. But what a precious picture. Rick, thank you so much. And Alexa, I'm very proud of you, honey. You keep doing that fishing. Next time you'll be a little bit bigger. And that dadgum pole. All right, good job there. Next picture, this is one of my former students. She likes snakes in school, still likes them, mine snake and all. All right, Cody Ayler. All right, Cody. And now, this doesn't look like an outdoor picture, does it? Okay, this is one of our former students, and I love this girl, and she's one of our outdoor ed students, but she is Miss Florida, Tori Cohen. Sunday night, she's going to be competing in the Miss America contest. She's been up there for about 2 weeks now. Here's another picture of her, and of course she's beautiful to get as far as she's gotten. But what I want you to know, we're going to show a video. And Tori's going to be in this video. I want you to, this is sort of testimonial as to her character, and that's never revealed in these things in this contest and all, because they don't really get a chance to know the young lady. And Tori was in my class for the whole year in outdoor ed, and I was glad she took it, and she was so good in it, and such a sweet girl. But about a couple of weeks left of her senior year, had about 2 or 3 weeks left in school, and the seniors get so busy in the school. They're doing so many things and all, a lot of them working, trying to get everything, and they don't have time to do anything hardly. But Gulf Coast Marine Biology class was going to put some place some scallops out in the bay at Carl Gray Park, and they asked me if I could get a few students to help, and I threw it out to my students and all that, and I said, I'd love for y'all to come, but it's going to be on a Friday afternoon, at 3 o'clock, and in between, you know, it was about 5 o'clock, and they just, well, I could just see them when I told them. I could see them sort of hiding behind the books and all. They wanted to do it, but they just couldn't do it. 2 people showed up that Friday afternoon. One of my baseball players, Jordan, and one of the girls. It was Tori Cohen. And I never then know she was going to be a Miss Florida, Miss America contestant, but I knew when those 2 kids came walk across the parking lot, I said, those 2 kids have character. And they spent, and so this video, I'm going to show you this video because I think it's a human interest story leading into the Miss America contest Sunday night. She's one of our own, Panama City, Mosley High School, outdoor ed alumni. Proud to be from the Panhandle, and a sweetheart of a girl. So it has Whitney and Maddie in it, and it's just the whole thing about planting these scallops. And we had it on a couple years ago. I told Gail and Jeff, we talked about it, and it's just a good human interest story, and you get to see her in it. Okay, so let's roll this video. Then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna do our drawing, and then we're gonna do our famous Friday fishing forecast. So let's watch this video.
These are my students. I teach the biology for majors 2 here at Gulf Coast, as well as other stuff. But these are my biology for majors students. They have been working with these scallops over the semester, growing them in cages out at the NOAA Marine Fisheries, and trying to get them big enough so that we can release them, and hopefully they won't be as susceptible to predation when we release them and they can survive. So you guys want to go around and introduce yourself to everybody else?
I'm Tyler.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jessie.
Celia. Kara. Heather.
Kristen.
Okay, while they're getting ready to measure everything, I'm sitting here with Jim Barklow, and he's been with the resource management for a long time. You just told me an interesting story about the first time
I went scalloping was with Jerry Banks, who later became the director of the Florida Game and Freshwater Fish Commission. He and I waded out from Carl Gray Park, and in just a few minutes we got a wash tub full of scallops without getting our head in the water, or all we did was shuffle along, finding them with our feet.
And what year was that?
1959.
1959. What a great story. So what do you think happened to them between then and now?
Oh, they're like the canary in the mine. They're one of the first to go when the water quality goes bad.
Yep.
And the water quality here has been bad. It seems to be holding its own now, but it is not as good as it has been in the past.
Wow.
Of course, Carl Gray Park is not the same.
Yeah.
Back then, you had very few boats going in and out of Carl Gray Park.
Yeah.
It's so much changed since then.
Very good. Okay, let's go and see how they're doing now. We're just getting started here.
I don't know.
Bag number 6 still
Got Tori, one of my outdoor ed students, and Jordan. We're Jordan.
Right here, Coach.
Jordan. 2 of my students came over, along with the Gulf Coast students.
What was this? Like my camera is like 35.
Now, how big was that one?
35
35.
millimeters.
You got that, Jordan?
And you see, they have the little eyes that come up.
Find your number yet?
No.
All right, Tori, how big is that one?
33.
33 millimeters.
Ready?
36. And we just try to keep them in the water.
37.
7.
37.
Throw out the average here. This is 10.
I was only 32.
32 again.
29.
Tori, tell us what you're doing.
I am measuring these scallops and checking them. This one is
34, and we're gonna get all these little barnacles off of the shells.
Okay.
32,
You cutting them off there?
Yeah. And we just don't want to go too far because you might penetrate the shell, but just lightly enough to break them off.
Look at the little crabby.
Where?
It just fell straight there.
That's a tiny one. All right, Tori, what is that?
All these little blue spots that you see right here along the shell, that's all of its little eyes. And inside there, that's its body.
Oh, little baby eyes on it.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
You know, they had to go to our doctor. It cost him a lot of money.
Alright. See them all in there?
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of them, huh?
So what do you have in there?
Little baby crabs. See them all?
Look at them.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, there's a scallop too.
Really?
Yeah, the crabs eat the scallops. Need to fish them out. Save him. Come here.
I think it's a pretty scallop.
Thank you. Need to measure him. Can you hold him for me?
Can you measure maybe?
There we go. Let's see. He's about 25 millimeters.
25. Maddie, Whitney, tell us what y'all doing.
Playing with baby crabs.
What do you got in here?
Look at that. Baby crabs. That is
All those are crabs?
Yes.
Baby crabs?
Uh-oh, they ate a baby. Gosh, knock that crab on.
Let's see, Whitney.
Oh gosh,
What you got? Is that a baby scallop?
Yeah.
All right, let's show it to them. They may want to measure it. The crab is big as a scallop.
Oh, really?
Look at that one.
Oh,
I don't know if it's alive.
oh.
There was a whole bunch of crabs.
As long as he's not open, he's still alive. Because they close to keep him out. Because that's where he actually lives inside the shell. So as long as it's closed, he's safe.
Yeah.
But when they can get in there, and that's when they eat it, and that's when the shell stays open.
Yeah, he's alive.
Good job, girls.
All right, now what we're doing now, we've got them all measured and all, so we get some volunteers to go out to take them out in the water, right?
Yes.
That's our next step.
Yes.
Okay, so Jordan, you volunteer. Tori, you volunteer. Whitney, Maddie, who else is going?
Go with us.
Okay.
Get wet?
Yeah.
Probably should have worn swimsuit.
We're waiting out to the boat. Jordan didn't know he's going to have to work this hard.
So that goes down your back, too. And that
I've
goes
never
down
seen a
your
life
neck.
jacket like this.
All right, we're going out on shore here. There's the Gulf Coast, FSU. We're looking for some seagrass. It is a gorgeous day. Good way to spend a Friday afternoon.
I'm happy. We have a jack plate.
Okay, found some grass. All right, you want to tell them how you want to do it?
Okay, so kind of the seeding method, you just grab a few and just kind of drop them out, and you don't want to put a whole bunch in your hand and just drop. You want to kind of, you know,
Scatter.
okay? So you grab a bag. We're gonna put a few here, and then we're gonna go to another
Hey,
place.
Maddie, let me watch this. Maddie? All right, go ahead.
Okay, can you guys walk back here for a minute?
In the back?
Here we go.
We'll get away
Okay,
from
that's-
the maybe get out a little deeper.
Okay, that's enough for now. We got enough here.
Shallow.
All right. It's just the opposite. Okay, keep moving, keep walking. Whitney and Maddie. There's Tori and Jordan over there. Let's see, we got 2 Bay Haven students here. Got 2 Mosley students here. Breakfast Point Academy here. And a Gulf Coast community college teacher here. You see how it takes a group of folks doing this, spreading out, throwing these baby scallops out. This is really neat. Looking around, spreading them out.
Wait. This way.
This is Patrice Couch, director of Sea Watch. What do you see?
I'm not sure.
I say Sea Watch, I mean Bay Watch. Wow.
Oysters.
Oh, I've seen those. What's the
And her son.
I think it was a pen shell. What do they call it?
Patrice Couch. In 5 minutes or less, tell people your main job.
My main job? I work for the St. Andrew Bay Resource Management Association, or RMA, and I manage their volunteer water quality monitoring program. We have about 32 volunteers, and I have a lot of help from my assistant director, Laura Paris, and we keep all the monitoring going every month. We do monthly monitoring at 86 stations throughout St. Andrew Bay. We have really good coverage of the entire bay system. And in addition to that, monthly we go out with the Florida DEP and we monitor water quality at seagrass habitat.
Sounds like a lot of
So
fun.
it keeps me busy.
A lot of work and a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, a lot of work. It's a great mix. I love my job. It's a great mix of being in the office and working with people that are really dedicated and care about the bay, and a little bit of field time. I do get to go on the boat every now and then.
And you brought a good helper. Now,
Yeah.
who's your helper?
That's my helper, my son William. He goes to Breakfast Point Academy. He's in the 2nd grade, and he loves the water. He loves looking for critters in the water, and he started snorkeling out at the jetties when he was, I don't know, maybe 5 years old.
That's cool.
And so he loves the water as much as I do.
Oh, that's neat. All right, welcome back. Let's get started with our famous Friday fishing forecast. I was going to say one other thing about Tori. She was just such a sweet girl and all, but in her interview to Miss North Florida, she mentioned the influence on her life was one of the things, a lot of things, of course. One of them was the outdoor ed class and Coach Chester, so I always appreciated it. I saw her back a couple months ago in June. I got to see her and spend some time with her, so we're going to pull for her Sunday night. Let's look at our fishing game forecast brought to us by Mark Coward. And our times, we're looking at our times, I'm going to read them to you right here. We're looking at 3:27 and 5:27 this morning, and this afternoon 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Friday afternoon, that'd be a perfect time to go fishing, about 4 to 6 this afternoon if the weather holds up. Okay, now, also our drawing. Let's go and do our drawing real quick. First one's going to be the $20 gift certificate. Go right down here in the bottom, and the winner is Donald Conkle. Donald Conkle, $20. Okay, and the red snapper winner will be right down here in the bottom. That's going to be Sandy Jackson. Okay, red snapper. Let me write it down so I'll have it when I tell the boys down to Tarpon Dock. All right, Tarpon Dock Seafood, $20 and a big red snapper. Appreciate all the help they are for Panhandle Outdoors and helping you as viewers. Let's start on the fishing forecast. I was going to talk, let's look at the pier first, because they've caught some sailfish off the pier, and it's just been fascinating recently. I've had some sailfish guys, offshore guys, talking about they're going offshore, can't find them. They're catching them out of kayaks and catching them off the pier. Now, this was about a week or two ago, but it's just been in really warm water. But the pier fishing has been exciting to do that, and the kayak fishing. So the locals are telling me this is their best year on sailfish in many years. And some guys who did that kind of fishing. In fact, I talked to one of them last night on the phone, checking with them. Also, the grouper catch is still slow, but the ones being brought in are some really large grouper. You saw the picture on the show this week of John Leventhal, really nice grouper there. Now, also in the bay, okay, let's go to West Bay. The bay fishing has been decent, but it's been early morning. I fished last Saturday morning. I didn't do any video of it, but right at daybreak, you got to go early. It's hot weather and all. But right at daybreak, we'll caught some redfish and trout. And so but after it started warming up, it cooled off, and I got hot. Fishing cooled off, and I got hot, so I didn't fish long. But it was a lot of fun. And right now, it's saying now some folks right here, this guy caught some redfish early during the day in West Bay, and also over in the East Bay. But again, they had the same pattern that we had. Okay, let's go to Mexico Beach. Mitch Coleman. Okay, let's go down. the pass fishing, still the king mackerel bite is still good. If you want to go out to pass this weekend and fish for some kings, there's still some nice kings out there. And also, one thing I didn't mention, the mullet. I got some good reports on the mullet are really showing up in the bayous. They're getting, in fact, I'm seeing them up in my house too. There's a lot of mullet moving around, and it's about time to get that net out and start catching some of those. Now, the gold spoon, I also have written down the gold spoon is doing real well again on the redfish. All right, down Mexico Beach, Mitch Coleman reports that, got it right here. Again, the water temperature is still hot down there. It's 87 down there. It's 88 here, so it's really hot. The fish are going deep. Water's clear. The beach fishing has been pretty slow down there. And the same way when I talked to Blair Morgan at St. Joe Bay. Now, we still got another weekend. We've got this weekend left in Scallopin, and next weekend, and they're going to start wrapping up back to the end zone, I believe, September 24th, which is like on a Wednesday. So we got this weekend and next weekend if you can get out. So, and I saw some reports. Some folks got some nice ones this past weekend. Wasn't a lot of them, but they did get some. Also, the brim fishing. Got a good report on brim fishing and weewall. Some nice brim, we'll call it. The Apalachicola River is in good shape, and this weekend, again, should be some really good brim fishing over here. Now, let's see, move on down to Carabel. Miller said it's still slow in Carabel. Blair Morgan, again, saying with the triple tail bite is good down there, and also the speckled trout using live bait. That's if you're going to catch a big speckled trout, it's going to be on live bait. And also the surf fishing slow, but also the tarpon. Again, the tarpon continues to just be all over the place, he says. So, good, strong report. I don't have a report from Saltahatchee Bay, but last week we had a good report from over there. Okay, so everything looks pretty good. Go to the website. You can check out this report. Also have the fishing time for the whole week on there and all. So it's going to wrap up another week on Panhandle Outdoors. And always send those pictures in. And, you know, it's so good to get the report from you folks and all, and sort of a ground zeros of what's going on. We don't, promote any particular captain or anything. We just show what's going on all over the place. So that's always been good. So we're going to wrap it up. You have a great weekend. You always, I say, do something good for someone today and tomorrow, and have a great day at work, and do something good, like I said, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.